An ambitious doctor's life work advances when she successfully reanimates a dead pig. Her next experiment begins when she procures the body of a recently deceased child. Sound cool? Good, because I'm here to talk about Rebirth, a Shudder original film from 2023. Now, Rebirth is another one that went under my radar last year. I only discovered it really like a week or two ago. And instantly I was hearing nothing but praise for it. Many called it one of the best films of 2023, or at the very least, one of the most underrated. I mean, hell, it's got a 96% Rotten Tomatoes score. Needless to say, not knowing a whole lot about the film itself, I wanted to check it out before finalizing my top 5 films of 2023, which I still haven't done, but yeah, we'll see. So, how do I feel about it? Cutting to the chase, I feel pretty indifferent towards it. It just didn't engage me, for the large part of its runtime, and I found it to be, honestly, fairly overrated. It was directed by Laura Moss, who had been directing short films and an episode of a TV series, clearly honing her craft, improving herself, and Rebirth was her feature-length debut. So it centers around 2 main characters, a cold but brilliant and dedicated, dare I say, obsessive doctor named Rose Casper, played by Marin Ireland, and a nurse and single mom named Celie Morales, played by veteran actor Judy Reyes. And surely I'm not the only one that found it kind of funny to see Judy playing a nurse again after, being famous for playing one, for years and years on the TV show Scrubs. So you see Rose, a doctor who works in a morgue. She has no social skills or sense of humor and dislikes interacting with people just as much as they dislike interacting with her. She's been studying and conducting experiments involving the female reproductive system. She's already successfully reanimated a pig, and when a recently deceased child is brought to her lab for autopsy, she sees an opportunity to finally test her methods on a human being. She sees no issue with it, and that it's in the name of science. She purposefully mixes up, the paperwork to make it look like the body was lost, since it actually has happened many times before. And this performance by Marin Ireland is good. It's quite good. She plays the cold, unapologetic medical professional, very well. She has dedicated her entire life to science, even if she crosses many lines where, ethics are concerned. But in my opinion, the best performance here is turned in by Judy Reyes. Celie is also a dedicated medical professional. She's a grieving mother, and she isn't going to accept, an explanation that her daughter's body has just simply been lost. It's a believable performance. You grieve with her a little bit, and it's devastating what she has, been through in such a short amount of time. This all happens to her very quickly. So she follows Rose home one day and forces her way into her apartment to find her daughter on fucking life support in one of the bedrooms. It's a shocking discovery, almost disturbing in a lot of ways, especially if you're a parent. And feeling desperate and, missing her daughter, she sees no other option other than to assist Rose in her experiment. I mean, what's the alternative, Any parent is going to choose the option where they get to see their child alive again. Overall, I mean, this is a pretty smart film that, addresses taboo topics like reproductive rights and the use of stem cells. It's well put together and well acted, but for me, it lacked the tension that I feel like it needed. Considering the intense subject matter, I should have been on the edge of my seat the whole time, and I just wasn't. A lot of people are comparing it to the classic story of Frankenstein and even Reanimator, and I appreciate that. But I don't see myself ever watching this again, anytime soon at least, and maybe I might just forget about this movie entirely before too long. It's an ambitious film, and it's been getting mostly, not entirely, but mostly great reviews, and I don't feel like it quite lives up to its reputation. That said, I'm not trying to dissuade anyone from watching this, and I would really like to hear your opinion. I'm giving Rebirth a 6 out of 10. It's a good film, a promising feature-length debut, but overrated, in my opinion. So yeah, I mean, this is one where I'd really like to hear some feedback if you've seen it. One where I'd really like to hear some feedback if you've seen it. Cheers, guys.